Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee members. We too submitted written testimony, and I'll just deviate from that or supplement that with a couple of thoughts about this. One of the things that we're going to be talking about during this legislative session, we're going to be talking about a lot, and probably you're going to end up being sick of hearing me talk about it, is this. Every time this body enacts a new criminal law, creates a mandatory minimum sentence, as this bill would do, raises penalties or decreases good time or increases parole eligibility, anything like that, we need to, I would respectfully suggest to you, we need to engage in a conversation about what that costs. And also in that context, we need to think about what, if anything, does this enactment, this mandatory minimum, this increased penalty, what, if anything, does it do to advance or to promote public safety? And I would respectfully suggest to you, this being the first bill that you have heard this year that I've been present, gives me, I think, an opportunity to talk about that and to ask you to think about that, not just in connection with this bill, but in connection with other pieces of legislation, whether they're draconian or not, that enhance penalties that create new crimes. We believe that this conversation should take place in connection with this legislation. There are already, as Mr. Brown has pointed out, a number of laws on the books that deal with behavior such as this. And we know that of the 3 or 4 or 5 individuals who were charged in connection with the blocking of Route 95, we know that all of them were charged in court. I can't remember the exact number. I think several are awaiting trial. One pled nolo contendere. Perhaps Mr. Brown could, if necessary, could provide us with the information about those dispositions. So we have laws on the books that allow for individuals to be charged and prosecuted in connection with behavior such as this. The other part of the bill that Senator Raptak has mentioned is, well, I'm on the way to the hospital and something happens, and as a result of that, someone dies or is hurt. We already have laws on the books that would deal with a situation such as this. During the course of the testimony on the House side in connection with an identical piece of legislation, I reminded the committee that a number of years ago, actually I think 11 years ago, almost to the day, the Station nightclub fire in West Warwick was prosecuted as a misdemeanor manslaughter case. I went and I pulled some of the judicial records relating to that. And each of those, Mr. Bichelle, I think his name was, and the two Didarians, were in fact charged, prosecuted, and convicted for misdemeanor manslaughter. The facts in that case being the misdemeanor was, I guess, that they didn't follow the correct procedures in securing their facility and in the various laws pertaining to that. And 100 people died. So they were prosecuted in that way, just as a prosecution could take place under the facts that Senator Raptak has alluded to under the current law. So for all of these reasons, we oppose this, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have about it.